Hey guys, we came to another video, back to another video today, back with more Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we, discovered that our perception of time was way off by like 2 whole hours. We were in a completely different time zone for some odd reason. Huh? Oh wait, yeah, but Nagito said the number of suspects has drastically decreased, which he is right, but that means that, okay, alright, let me think this through. Nagito is right, our number of suspects has decreased. Because now the only suspects are the people who were awake at that time. And the only people who were awake at that time, before hearing Nekomaru's, the death noise, or the rumbling noise, the only people who were awake, it was Fuyuhiko, and, it was just Fuyuhiko, wasn't it? But Fuyuhiko was in the lounge the whole time. And then Kazuichi and okay, you know what, never mind. But it had to have been someone who was awake at that time. And it couldn't have been Fuyuhiko, we only have his account. You know what?
How would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
He's not lying, it's just I'm just confused as to how it decreases the number of suspects. Cause, it had to have been someone who was awake at that time. But the only person we know was awake at that time, we know for a fact was awake at that time, is Fuyuhiko.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh?
What the hell do you mean?
Did his voice crack?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that? Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is.
The alarm was a way of letting the killer know that it was done.
Nekomaru died when the rumble happened. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Not necessarily.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
In Strawberry House, it was... Okay, so the people who were at that lounge was Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, and Gundam. So the only person who doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito. But we know Nagito didn't do it.
The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge.
The lounge? You mean the room?
We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Nagito.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell? Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is... right? It's Nagito. Nagito doesn't have an alibi because he was asleep in his room. Where is he? There he is.
You're the only one!
You're the only one!
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito? That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko. You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy.
But he said he didn't hear it.
You weren't in your room, were you?
He didn't hear it!
If that's the case, where were you?
Asleep?
Please, say something.
Yeah, Nagito, please say something. Like, I know you didn't do this one for a fact.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you.
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
Why?
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
He couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
But Sonia didn't hear the rumbling sound either. And
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House.
but she also didn't hear the rumbling noise.
But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
Wait, did Chiaki hear it?
To be honest, it's not just them.
She didn't hear it either.
Me too.
Okay, so what do those three all have in common? Okay. The three of them need to have something in common, and that's why, because of that common thing, that common factor, none of them heard it.
Pretty deep sleep. so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it. But it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it at all. Crap, I'm gonna check our truth bullets, because I wanna... It can't be anything like this. Sorry, crap, there's nothing in here that's useful. Right now.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in
My
common.
gosh, what is
I'm
it?
sure you'll figure it out.
Okay. So, Nagito couldn't hear it because he was asleep. He was asleep because it was nighttime. He was sleeping in the deluxe room. And Sonia and Chiaki also had deluxe rooms. It was the deluxe rooms. Deluxe rooms are soundproof. The sound doesn't go into the rooms. While the cruddy room and the standard room, like, you get sound in there. But the deluxe rooms are soundproof. So that's why they didn't hear it. Because the rooms are soundproof. Yeah, it's the freaking deluxe rooms. Yes. Wait, didn't Gundam also have a deluxe room? Wasn't Gundam in a deluxe room? Hold on. Did we just figure out who the killer was? Who the killer is? Hold on, did I just figure out who the killer is? I think I just figured out who the killer is. Crap. Well, honestly, I knew who it was because, like, just going off of who isn't alive in the next chapter. Because I remember chapter 5 very vividly. So I kind of knew who it was already, but it's something that I don't think anybody was expecting, especially not from him. Anyway, we need to get deluxe rooms spelled out. That's a U. There's a O. Ah, fuck it. Then we need an M. Crap, this is a mess. Alright, crap, grab that M. We need an S too. Crap, everything's a mess. Everything's a mess. Alright, glitching. I think I just figured out who... well, I already knew who it was, but... Wow, you guys have...
Three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right?
There we go.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Soundproof. The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-and-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the crummy room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise
It's because the room you guys are in.
It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve core student talent?
Shut up, okay?
Now,
Stop bringing that up.
you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Yeah, we get it, alright.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
It does! It leads to who the killer is! Not because I already know who it was, because he is suspicious for even coming out of that guest room in the first place!
Why? Well, that fact just...
I'm being pretty loud and it's 9:30 p.m. at night, so... Oh, crap.
Factor?
Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. It's freaking... Hold on, where is he? Here you are! You're the one who did it!
You're the only one!
Yeah, what Hajime said, you're the only one.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
How did he even hear it though? Because he had a deluxe room.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, you're speaking normally now?
If the bell of catastrophe
Never mind.
rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
But the question is, why did you hear it?
Were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Gundam?
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Because Fuyuhiko was sitting in the lounge.
Me?
Thanks, Fuyuhiko. You helped us find out the killer.
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct?
Yeah, him staying in the lounge helped us figure out who the killer was.
Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with a wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original
Gundam?
plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room,
And giving them a solid alibi.
just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone and checked the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi. Because I was in the lounge.
Yeah, thanks to you, we found out who the killer was.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
My phone went off
Why'd you
again.
come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down. If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam, say something.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my four dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
10? I'm not 10. Yeah, 10.
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
But if you couldn't hear it, why would your hamsters hear
Is
it?
that your argument? You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
I don't think so.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
Nah, he's panicking. He's sweating bullets over there.
At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
But don't you have a bathroom in your room?
That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway.
He has a point.
So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Well, we can't exactly do that because we haven't... Well, we can.
Hold on a second. You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
What?
Hey!
Hey, what do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce.
Huh?
Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Well, you need to go to a hospital.
Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health. Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
Of course it did.
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something? Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Shut up, Markuma.
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
He has no rebuttal. We know he did it.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct?
Yeah?
Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Let's see. The contact elevator was broken.
He broke it after he used it.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel and shut down
Right.
the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side.
So he would have been stuck in Grape House then.
If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, he wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing, which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
But you could just travel between the two houses, like Nagito did.
Are you serious? Here I thought it's already been decided.
Bro, just do what Nagito did.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful human?
Oh, crap.
You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Yes, we did. Yes, we can. Nagito could travel between the two buildings. Why can't you? It's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Yeah, well, check out the U.S. law courts. U.S. law courts? What courts are they? Anyway, I'm being an idiot. Crap, I don't think there's anything we could use. Anything that seems like we could use in here. Are we gonna have to steal a passage? Or not a passage, a phrase from someone?
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
No, he could freaking...
As long as that elevator was broken,
Who broke Gundam did?
your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
No, he didn't.
There was a secret passageway.
How much
Yes, I got it.
are you trying to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Okay, so secret passageway on, something about the means of travel. I don't know.
Elevator
Let's do this properly, please.
only means of travel between the two houses.
Yes!
No, that's
Okay, I
wrong.
thought I'd have to go get it again. I thought I missed.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Yes, it does. Nagito used it.
Why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Nagito!
You're the only one!
You're the only one.
Nagito, you should know. Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right? Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right.
Man, this is like assassination class and like everyone's bagging on
Which is
E-class.
the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want. If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Huh?
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
You couldn't have been?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion.
We were all there when Monokuma started talking about the final dead room, weren't we?
You value your
I
life
don't remember. Were we all there?
with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop you.
You say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Is that a reference? Dun, dun, dun. Oh boy! Alright.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say, your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
God damn it, you have to use freaking touchscreen for this. This argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. I need to skillfully cut back against this word so he doesn't outpace me.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say, your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Alright.
I can't back down!
Crap! Cross swords. No! Yes! Alright.
The secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Where else could they have gotten the wire and the hammer?
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon.
And a chain too, yeah, I forgot about chain.
Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them? The only place I can think of is
It's
the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
You did.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
This episode's gonna be longer than the rest because I want to finish off the class trial of this episode.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end.
Nah, we still haven't done a PTA yet.
Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
Do we not get to do that now?
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now. Hey, what are you... First of all, by messing with all the clocks at the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, The button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival. Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then? Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
No, I want to do it.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru. So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
Why are you so angry
What's
about
wrong
that?
with that?
Don't mess with me!
Whoa.
Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Whoa, what's up, dude?
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
Well, you're a special case. You really don't understand anything.
Yes, I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious. I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
Just use his hamsters.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
But it was like a 5-on-1 with his hamsters.
Just as I thought, truly frail, succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion.
Yeah, this episode's gonna be longer than the rest because I want to finish this off in this
If you want to
episode.
set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
PTA?
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
PTA, 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 PTA. Yeah.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
What?
Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you!
Why do I have to use it now?
Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! It's Nekomaru's
The 4 Dark Devas.
behind him. This is the end!
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh? Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course, that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Now that you mention it, was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mechamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it?
Oops.
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
Cool. Oh, we're still doing this. Hell yeah. Wrapping a chain around the doorknob. That would be... Oh, that's already there. Hamster pressed it earlier. That'd be right here. Right. The pillar would be around the time Nekomaru fell. That's already right there. Door got destroyed. Yeah, that's it. And then the clock. Alarm. Wait, when he set the alarm? Would be. Alright. Nekomaru wakes up. That's already there. Hajime wakes up. That's at the very end. Right here. The doorknob coming off. That's here. Fuyuhiko at the lounge. That's already there, isn't it? That's in the contact elevator. Should be earlier over here, right? Oh, wait, no, Fuyuhiko. Alright. The hammer, that would be after he murdered Neko. Oh, that's in Grape House. So, Akane, that's already there. No, that's not it. Nekomaru emitter, that's there. Hamster and murder. Nope. Wait, what? Hold on. Hold on. Crap. Where does this go? Who gathered? Ah, okay. Alright, I'm an idiot. Last stop. Grape Hall button. That should be... that's already there. Meet up because of the lounge alarm. That's right here. Wire around. Oh, this is the only one that's left, right? Yeah, alright.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
This is gonna be much longer than normal.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final death room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m. But by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Tai Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower.
Crap, my camera's
So
about to
he
die.
decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
Johnny Youngwash saying with the power of hamsters when he's a frog.
This forced him to enter
sorry.
sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon.
My phone.
First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge.
My camera's dying. Crap. I need to finish this off later. Bye, guys.